Hello, everyone. We've got a lot of people excited about what is happening in the world today. So we're gonna have a very special guest. It's gonna be Daniel DiMartino. He is he's Venezuelan. He works for the Manhattan Institute. He's an economist. I think he studies at Columbia, and so he's gonna join us momentarily. Maybe I'll have Michael Tracy come in here too. Hey, look
Hey,
at you.
Richard.
Look at you, man.
Sorry, I'm in my suit because I've been going from TV show to TV show, and I'll be back in an hour.
No, no, this is a big day for you. You should be dressed up.
It is a really big, great day.
You
Great day.
are you're from Venezuela, right?
That's right. Yes. I'm from Caracas. Actually, funny fact, one of the military bases that get hit is very close to my high school.
Mm,
And I have a friend who lives right in front, and her windows were smashed because of the blow of the base. The glass windows broke.
uh-huh.
I saw the video, and so it was a very strong strike.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's amazing. Did you think this was coming? Did you foresee this?
Look, for my own emotional protection, I prefer to be a pessimist and then be pleasantly surprised than to be an optimist and be disappointed.
Mm.
So I have been trying to convince myself nothing was happening, but to be honest, like, why else would you put an aircraft carrier in the largest military deployment in the hemisphere's history if you're not going to do something?
Yeah. And so do you work when did you come to America from Venezuela?
Nearly 10 years ago, in 2016, I finished
Mm,
high school in Venezuela and came here for college, and then got a job, stayed. Yeah.
mm. And so you went to Columbia for your PhD, is that right?
Yes, yes. But my undergrad was in Indiana. I lived in Indiana, then Kentucky, and then New York City.
Mhm. And now
So
you work for Manhattan, right?
that's right. I'm in the Manhattan Institute right now, actually, in the
Oh, awesome.
meantime.
Are they high-fiving? Are they all
Uh,
happy?
it's Saturday, so I'm the only person in the building. So it's, and I don't know if you see this,
Was it
I'll show you
Virgin
that.
Mary
This piece
shooting?
of art.
Uh-huh,
Well, this piece of art is actually a Venezuelan piece of art that's in
uh-huh,
the floor of the Venezuelan airport, and it symbolizes all the people that leave through the airport.
uh-huh.
It's a very beautiful. It's a kinetic art because it
Uh,
looks like if it's moving. And then
uh,
this is the
yeah,
Virgin of Fatima
yeah, she's
that you
shooting
see
lightning
there
bolts at somebody?
against communism.
Lightning bolts against communism? Okay.
Because
Well,
one of the
yeah.
secrets of Fatima was the rise of the Soviet Union, and how we had to pray for Russia against the rise of communism.
Mhm. Yeah, so what have you heard recently on the vice president in Venezuela? I heard she was in Russia. I saw you tweeted this. Is this true? Do we know about this?
Yes. So it turns out she was in Russia this morning. Uh, Supposedly she's again in Venezuela. All the other regime leadership is there. You have to understand that Venezuela was not a dictatorship, say, like Kim Jong Un, right? This is not one man in power.
Mm,
This is a proper oligarchy, where there are several leaders, and I think there's a kind of likely chance that she's the one who turned Maduro in
mhm.
alongside others. And the reason I think that is, I don't know if you saw the New York Times report last month about her.
No, I don't think so.
A glowing piece in her
Mhm.
favor that the New York Times wrote.
Really?
That's way too coincidental, in my opinion. I mean, they even called her a conservative. I mean, these people, the New York Times went full Tucker Carlson for Delcy Rodriguez.
Huh.
And it was very shameful when she's a torturer. She's indicted for the same crimes as Maduro is.
Uh-huh.
Like, all these people have the same
Well,
indictment.
what did the New York Times say about her? Why was she supposedly good?
Oh, that she's actually a pragmatic, conservative capitalist, it turns
Mm.
out. That they said. I mean, it's all a lie. That's
Is it,
why they
but
allowed
Trump
the New
says
York
nice.
Times to
Trump,
enter.
but Trump and Rubio were saying that they talked to her and she wants to cooperate. So
Yes,
they're kind
Rubio
of
did.
saying the same thing.
Well, I think that there are two possibilities of what's going to happen here, realistic ones. One is I think Rubio is totally like he totally understands, and I think we share the same view. He understands that Delcy is not trustworthy or good. I mean, Rubio has been on this for many years. He's not new to this,
Mm,
unlike a lot of others. And the one possibility, the good one, is Delcy is afraid and understands that she needs to give in power eventually to Edmundo. And they want to do an orderly transition because it's true that the military is loyal to the Maduro regime because they're drug dealers, they're loyal to whoever they can continue trafficking drugs with.
mm,
And so that's one possibility, and that they have her threatened, which is why Trump said that we're ready for a second strike that's even more powerful, so they need to stay in line.
mm,
The other possibility is that Delcy is even smarter than everybody else, which is
mm,
possible.
mm,
And her game is we're going to outlast Trump.
mm,
Our transition is going to last over a year. And then the Democrats take power in Congress. They pass a resolution prohibiting the use of military force, which they have been trying to do like every single month. They
mm,
just don't have the votes.
mm,
But they will if they win the majority in both chambers. And if that happens, then Trump doesn't have authority to do a second strike, which means Delcy remains in power forever.
mm, mhm. So that's interesting. It would have to get through the Senate too. So I mean, it wouldn't be easy
Yes.
as
But
Congress.
you just need 51 votes, not 60.
Wouldn't you? Why not? Well, why don't you need a filibuster-proof majority?
I think you don't need it for this kind of resolution when the president, it's like part of the War Powers Act. Congress
Okay.
has like a
Okay.
number of days to pass
Yeah.
something.
I would be surprised. Aren't there a lot of moderate Democrats on national security issues with the
Yeah,
party?
but Rand Paul is with the Democrats on this
Yeah. But
too.
what about the Congress? Like, aren't there going to be Democrats even in the House that are maybe not going to vote, and even in the Senate not going to vote? So you have Rand Paul, probably the only one. Maybe Mike Lee.
But
Maybe I don't.
we've already had votes on it. And you have in the House Thomas Massey and MTG, right? Marjorie, she's not going to be in Congress anyhow very soon.
Right.
But Tom, the classic isolationists. I would hope some Democrats are against it, but it doesn't seem so right now.
Mm,
I mean,
interesting.
maybe John Fetterman. Maybe John Fetterman.
Yeah. So yeah. So Trump, I mean, wants to stay. This is some people were saying when it happened that maybe he just wanted a photo op or something. But no, you watch that press conference, and he says we're taking it over. No, he said we're going to take over Gaza, and we didn't take over Gaza. So he says these things. Uh, yeah, still waiting for that. But yeah, like
But it's
what?
a very good signal. It's a very good signal. I was
Yeah.
very happy to hear that because it's true that if the U.S. does not guarantee this transition, it's not going to happen.
Mm,
And I think Trump has the credibility. Rubio certainly has it too. I mean, Rubio has probably the highest name rec of anybody in Venezuela other than Maduro and Machado and Edmundo Gonzalez. Rubio has been known in Venezuela because Maduro and Chavez before him made Rubio well known among Venezuelans.
mhm. Yeah. So Trump wants to stay. I mean, that's at least part of it. He sees it wrapped up with his ego. Um, and I don't know, like, is it maybe that, how ideological are these people? How much? Because Maduro, I think personally, is probably like it's like they say about Russia. It's hard for Putin to end the war because he started the war. Maduro has kind of been the leader for a long time, so I think there's probably, probably it's hard for him to switch and become pragmatic. Depending on even assuming he wasn't ideologically a socialist. How ideological are these people? I mean, are they just, like, is it like the Soviet Union where they, didn't believe
No,
it at the end?
no, I call it pragmatic socialism because they don't believe in socialism because they actually think it's good. They believe in it because they know it's bad.
Mm,
Let me elaborate. They understand that under socialism, the Venezuelan people are poor and cannot resist. That's why they implemented those policies, because their goal is actually to enrich themselves through drug trafficking. So that's certainly the paramount thing, which is why Delcy and nobody else in the regime can stay in power. You have to understand, everybody in the regime's top leadership has been in power since 1999 under Chavez. They have been throughout the entire regime. They're not new. We've known, in fact, Delcy and her brother, who is the president of Congress, Delcy's brother, the VP, her brother is the president of Congress, Jorge.
mm,
And their father, you know their history?
no.
Their father was a Marxist guerrilla member who kidnapped an American citizen and then got killed by Venezuelan police in the 70s.
Mm-hmm.
They grew up raised under this anti-imperialist mentality. If
Mm-hmm.
anything, Delcy's more brainwashed than Maduro.
Yeah. So you were saying they believe in socialism because they just want power, but it sounds like they would be
Yes.
ideological socialists. It sounds like they would believe that it works or it's good policy.
No, I think they just want power, but they are certainly what I mean brainwash is that these people like they do not share our values. It's kind of like talking with the Taliban.
Mm-hmm.
They have zero regard for human life.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, assuming that's the case, what is the next step? So if they all want socialism, what do we buy them out? Do we kill them all? Do we threaten them? What
Yeah,
what
I
is
think
what is the next step?
it all depends on what Rubio talked to her. I mean, she already gave a press conference and she didn't sound very cooperative in her press conference, let's just say. Um, what I think that the solution is to say, look, we already did this with Maduro. We can do this to you. You are next.
Mm,
You have two options. One, you stay and you're next, and we're going to kill you or kidnap you and bring you to justice. Or you can take all the money that you have already stolen. We can
mm,
guarantee an international wire transfer. You can keep everything. You can take it on the plane, and you can go live in Russia with everything you have, like Bashar al-Assad, and
yeah.
live happily ever after. And I think they should take that. I mean, I would take that deal if I was them.
Yeah. I mean, unless you believed in socialism and
I
anti-imperialism.
guess. I guess
Yeah.
you're right, but no, I think they prefer. It all depends on how much the Russians can guarantee
Mm,
their life. I would hope that
yeah.
they can come to a deal.
From Russia's perspective, isn't that helping the U.S. Achieve something? Like, isn't that maybe a bad idea for Russia to do that?
That's a good point. I'm not sure. What do you think?
It seems like it. So Assad, it was like it happened very quickly, and they had, they left. It wasn't a deal that the U.S. made. In this case, this would give the U.S. a major victory, right? If the Russian option is open, it's like so maybe you have to find something else. Maybe you have to find a Gulf Arab country or something like that. Something that
Well,
is,
Qatar is certainly an ally of Maduro.
oh, Qatar's an ally. Okay, perfect. They
Oh,
can,
they already put out a statement in support, even
of the people
of
leaving.
Maduro. No, of Maduro.
Oh, really? They said, what did they say?
Yeah, Qatar is totally like. I mean, all the evil regimes return are allies with each other.
But Qatar is a funny, I don't know. I don't pay the Qatar thing. It's so tell me about what happened to you, Daniels. You still there?
Sorry, I wanted to pull up the tweet. Let me pull that up on my
Okay.
laptop
Yeah.
here, because I want to read to you what the Qatari
Qatar has a major
officials.
U.S. air base, right? So they are kind of relatively
So they
allies.
can be bribed.
Hmm. Hmm. But they are. What is their kind of goal? Like, why would they be in favor of Maduro? What's the
It's
goal?
all about sponsoring terrorism. Maduro supports Hezbollah. They had training camps in the past there. They gave passports to Islamic terrorists, Venezuelan passports. That's kind of how it worked.
Those Qatar, what is Qatar? So Qatar likes Hezbollah and the Palestinians, and Maduro does too. And so therefore, so
Yes.
Qatar's support of these Islamists is ideological.
Yeah, so it says the state of Qatar expresses its deep concern over the current developments in the Bolivarian Republic of Venezuela, calling in this context for restraint, de-escalation, okay, reaffirms adherence to United Nations, readiness to contribute to any international effort aimed at achieving an immediate peaceful resolution, and commitment to keeping channels of communication open with all concerned parties.
Hmm. That sounds pretty banal.
Yeah. Milei came out in support, obviously very strong,
Mm-hmm.
of what happened and saying that Argentina is ready to support a transition. Even I was very surprised at how good the statement of Macron was of France too.
What did Macron say?
Oh, Macron was even, I would say, better than Meloni's.
Yeah, he's
Um,
got this. He's got this imperialist streak. He has this
yeah,
idea.
Trump reposted Macron even. It said the Venezuelan people are today rid of Nicolas Maduro's dictatorship and can only rejoice.
Oh,
By
excellent.
seizing power and trampling on fundamental freedoms, Nicolas Maduro gravely undermined the dignity of his own people.
Mm,
The upcoming transition must be peaceful, democratic, and respectful of the will of the Venezuelan people. We wish that President Edmundo González Urrutia, elected in 2024, can swiftly ensure this transition.
yeah.
And Trump reposted that.
Okay, great. Well, I mean, he doesn't. We know he always doesn't look at what he's retweeting, so I don't know how deliberate that is. But so the
For sure.
what do you think? Did you see the press conference when Trump said about this woman Machado? It was very
Yes.
strange. Maybe I'm not up to date up to why he seems not to like her. He said, she doesn't have respect in the country. Like, what made him? He said she's a nice lady, but she doesn't have the respect to rule the country. Well, what is this? What is the background here?
I don't really know, but I do know for a fact they haven't spoken. I mean, they said it in the Q&A today of the press conference, but I did know that earlier. Neither Rubio has, by the way, for months,
Yeah, yeah.
which actually is surprising because Rubio and Machado have known each other for like 2 decades.
Uh huh.
And he's been a great ally. But I will say that's strange. I mean, Machado is the leader that has the most popularity in Venezuela among the population. That is undeniable. Now, whether Trump may mean, though, is the Venezuelan military does not respect her. But to be honest, like, who does the Venezuelan military respect or want, right?
Yeah. Are they do you think it's he is it because of the
It
she
might be a
got
personality thing.
do you think it's maybe because she got the Nobel Peace Prize and Trump thinks he should have the Nobel Peace Prize?
Maybe, but I honestly, it may just be a personality thing.
Uh-huh.
And that matters a lot here.
Yeah, it does.
But I'll
Maybe
say, I mean, Machado, from a national interest perspective, Machado, and I know her personally, Machado is very pro-American. She's
Mhm.
ideologically committed to free enterprise
Yes, I've heard this.
and
Yes.
classical liberalism. I mean, this is a woman who's read Friedman, Hayek, who like reads Ayn Rand. I mean, this is like Millet,
Yeah.
female, and doesn't sound as crazy.
Yeah. It's funny. The Latin American leaders, I mean, they are much more they are much more pro market than conservatives in America these days. They often have, the right ideas on these things. So I'm not surprised by
Yes.
that at all.
Yes. So Maria Corina is great. I'll